Howdy everyone, Pete Daddy here. It's finally here, the League on team of the season, and these cards are just absolutely filthy. I mean, just look at that Neymar, look at that Ben Yedder, look at Mbappe, absolutely ridiculous. I would love to be able to bring some of them into the club, but they are just so pricey. Let's just take a look at a couple of them real quick. We'll get into it. I am really liking my Serie A team of the season, though, so I don't know. It's going to be a little bit before we could afford one of those cards. They're just so expensive. I mean, and I don't want to say rightfully so. Hey, Ozzy, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it, brother. But, I mean, that Neymar looks absolutely ridiculous. The Ben Yedder, same thing. I mean, that's the one we've been waiting for. And, I mean, we all knew they were going to be expensive, but I guess we were hoping they wouldn't be quite so expensive. So let's see. So here's the Neymar. I mean, amazing pace, amazing shooting, amazing passing, epic dribbling. I mean, he doesn't even need anything. You could probably leave a basic on him. That's right, Ozzy. 1,000 subs on the way to 100,000. Thank you all for the support. I really appreciate it. We got here even faster than I thought we would. We're going to keep rolling, keep rocking, keep bringing out everything. So I really appreciate it. Hey, Adam, thanks for joining me, brother. But man, oh man, that Neymar is ridiculous. The Ben Yedder, another one, 99.99 agility and balance, amazing shooting. Another one that you could probably even just leave a basic Kim style on. Doesn't need anything, just absolutely killing it everywhere. Ridiculous cards. Last I saw, I think Ben Yedder was in that 4 million range. I guess let's just look him up real quick, and we'll get into a match. Hopefully we could just crack something amazing. I had an Immobile extra. I sold him. I'm really liking that João Pedro. That was an objective card. And even the Idrissa Gana Gay card, that objective card is an absolutely nice card as well. So have a lot of nice things in League One. It's just going to kind of depend on what is going on out there. But let's just see. We could even just set it for 3 million. Hey, Jack, thanks for joining me, brother. But 6 million with a bid. I mean, I guess we could just sit here and watch this for a minute. 6.1 million because this one is one going just on the market. I mean, just the level of coins that you need to be able to get one of these, just unreal. I guess the one hope maybe his headliners card would come down in value, and I guess you even would have an option if they resume. Well, actually, Ligue 1 is finished, so I don't know if I was thinking that maybe he could get something like another one, and this headliners card could get another boost or something, but I don't know if they will do anything like that. But this, let's just see what this one's going for, what it ends up going for. 6-1, 6-2. Is there going to anybody try to add anything else? But, I mean, just the level of coins you need for that. Let's look up a Ben Yedder. Ben, there he is right there. Probably same thing, about 3 million. So there are not many. Let me just back him off a little bit. Make sure there's nothing else. I don't know if he's even going to come out here. Adam, let's see, he was 3-0 up in the 70th minute, and Ryan Kent comes on. Man, Ryan Kent can destroy some dreams, I tell you what. But Ben Yedder, I mean, it looks like there's only 3 of these on the market. Let me just back this one off to 1 million. I mean, that might get some of his Shapeshifters cards more in there, but let's see, now there's only 2 of these Ben Yedders on the market. I mean, just absolutely insane. So you're having to bring, if you want Ben Yedder and Neymar, you're needing 12 million coins. Between my 2 accounts, we restarted at Christmas. Anyone new here, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. But on my other account, I have about 2.5 million coins sitting there. And even in this one, I've probably made 2.53 million. Even if I combine both my accounts for the year, it would be like I'd maybe be able to afford one. But hey, AMC Charlie, thanks for joining me, brother. I appreciate it. So, I mean, just absolutely insane. Hey, Lame Nessus, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Got is that LA Kings? It looks like an LA Kings logo. So this Gomez is the best dribbler. Yeah, I've loved that Gomez. That was awesome that you got him. And yeah, it is really weird on the prices. Like this Alejandro Gomez, I really wanted to get Lautaro Martinez, so I thought about selling Gomez to get up to Lautaro, but this Gomez is just too good. He's absolutely amazing on the ball. I've had a lot of luck with this João Pedro too, so let's see. I've got 8 games with him, 11 goals, 2 assists. I mean, I've really enjoyed playing with this João Pedro. Anybody that can really dribble the ball is going to be strong in FIFA 20. I've loved Gomez. I'm really liking Pedro. Rafa is really nice for his cost, and Essien is nice for his cost. But let's just get into a match, see what we can do. All right, let's go into a FUT Champs match. And let's see, let's play FUT Champs. We're 1-0 so far. Haven't had a chance to play anything else, but let me make sure everybody's got fitness. I think I put up fitness already, yeah. And I guess one other one, I wanted to check out the Idrissa Gana Gay real quick. So I could just go Ligue 1, probably be the easiest. So Ligue 1, I'll pass it already. So Ligue 1 and concept players. I wanted to look at his card a little more in depth. Thank you, Beardy Josh. I appreciate it. Hey, Logan K, thanks for joining me. So I think, oh, and this Awar card, I mean, this one looks absolutely insane as well. So let's see, Awar, okay, so I mean, 99 vision, 95 agility, 96 balance, absolutely insane. Okay, that's pretty cool, yeah. So from Latvia, but the Kings, well, I was thinking is maybe since this is a football, soccer thing, I thought maybe it was the LA Galaxy, but I was like, that's not the Galaxy, it looks like the LA Kings, but I always like the Kings as well, they're pretty cool. So Idrissa Gana Gay, I mean, great pace, amazing agility and balance for someone that strong defensively. Another, I mean, amazing objective card. We'll have to work towards getting that one as well, just to be prepared. I wasn't in love with that Dimitri Payet. I didn't think he was necessarily worth it, but everything else is looking pretty insane. Hopefully we'll get some other SBCs. I've got the Ligue 1, League-wide ready to put in. I think this is going to be an away match, but that's fine. That should be okay. I sometimes want to only play home games, but I still have not done that to this point. All right, so we're going up against the team. You know, solid squad. They did Laudrup from the icon swaps, but I mean, we have a far superior team, so hopefully we can take care of business and just get the quick and easy win. Keep piling up the wins. I mean, we've got to go for something. We've got to hit something epic to be able to go for something. I don't know, Blue Eyed Girl. I don't know what's going on with that. Let's switch up our tactics. Get ready. Let's just get a quick and easy win. It'd be cool if, like, you could make more coins from playing matches. Like, playing matches is one of the worst ways to make coins, which is frustrating because I do tend to end up playing quite a few matches. But, you know, you're only getting 400 to 700 coins per each match you played. Hey, Umair, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see if we can get something going. This Alejandro Gomez is just absolutely insane on the ball. Get to Allen, and I love Nangolan is my favorite box-to-box mid on the year. João Pedro, get him twisting and turning it. Oh, João Pedro does bury it. I was telling you guys, that João Pedro, if you have not been able to complete him, I would recommend him. I like him better than Immobile. I was playing with Immobile. I mentioned this briefly in a video. Immobile is a strong striker, but when you're starting to play at the higher level, like when I was playing with Immobile in Division 1 matches, he just wasn't quite good enough, and Pedro is just a lot stronger on the ball. You know, just able, and FIFA 20 is just all about, it's so much about dribbling, holding onto the ball, so you've got to have those players. That was a terrible pass there. Savinier, that's very good. And is that Thiago Silva, or who else did you get? That's amazing. I'm gonna have to do some more SBCs. Oh, I better pay attention to the game and not the chat. Marquinhos, yeah, I think Marquinhos is worth quite a bit more than Thiago Silva, in my opinion. Thiago Silva, for as epic as he is, he's just never been that great in game, and just, you know, pace always hurts him, and his turning and all of that type of stuff. I mean, he always has great defensive stats. Just Marquinhos always seems to play better than Thiago Silva in game. Manolas is another one who's an absolutely epic defender. Come on, Alan. That does not, last I saw, I think Manolas is like 130,000 coins, something like that. So absolutely insane value for the Manolas as well. So I'm really liking my Serie A team. I don't know. I mean, I've wanted that Neymar team of the season so bad, but unless he comes down a lot during Ultimate Team of the season, it's just going to be hard to add him into the team. Oh, come on. Bellerin knocking it off. But Manolas' pace and his turning is next level. I'm really, really liking Manolas. Virgil, Punk, and Gomez. I'm not for sure, Adam. Where they have it kind of staggered with the minor leagues, I don't know what they're going to do there. I don't really remember that from last year. They've never staggered these lower. Why were you passing there? They've never staggered the leagues. It used to just be like both the minor league and the top league would be released on the same day. This year they've staggered them to where they're coming out on Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember which, but whatever. They're coming out on a different day, and so that's the first time that they've done that. Pretty nice packs there, Charlie. See if we can get, oh, Rafa. Get Gomez. I need some help. Give me some people. Oh, Rafa. Getting bossed off by Fred. Come on, that's weak. That is weak. All right, let's pay attention a little bit. Virgil, Punkin, Gomez again. Virgil not having it. We're gonna have to get it together. We're not playing that great right now for a game. A game we should be bossing. We do have the lead, and I'm not not taking this one super seriously. I think we've got the advantage in hand. But whenever you start feeling that way, that's when you give up some crazy goal. So we've got to be careful. Can't take anybody lightly in weekend league. It's always that one game that or those one or two games that you lose that you shouldn't lose that can really affect your rating. And Essien, I'm just getting bossed off now by everybody. I do have a lot of, that's the one thing about having some of those quick, agile players. They can get, whoa, almost, see, there we go. That's what I told you. You give up a goal like that in a game, we shouldn't give up anything. You just have one that flies off, bounces around, ends up falling at someone's feet, and that's exactly what happened. So we're going to have, now we've got a 1-1. We should be up easily. So let's see. Adam was 3-2 in weekend league. Now I'm 6-7. Find it so frustrating. What was the main thing I did to improve? I think it's mainly, I don't know. It's just really, hi Ali. Thanks for joining us. There's just a lot of little things. It's really the frustration level. Probably this year has been the most frustrated I've been with FIFA. So in FIFA, a lot of it is very mental. When you're not fully concentrating on a match, you can lose to players you shouldn't lose to. So a lot of it is mental, but then a lot of it is just really buttoning up your defense. Paying attention to what people are doing. Oh, come on, Alan. And you're gonna have games just where you have to keep coming. But I'd say the biggest thing, you want to focus on your pass accuracy. I touched them for an offsides, but if you want to look at pass accuracy of at least 90%, that's what you're going to be wanting to shoot for. That's when you're controlling the game, holding onto the ball, and then it's really, I feel like the biggest difference between the divisions is the defense. A lot of people, I'll play people like I mentioned this when I restarted and was back in Division 4 when I first at Christmas. You were going against people that were doing skill moves, and this was Division 4 people that had nice offensive attack, but they just didn't have it defensively. So I feel like defense is the biggest separator, so, just not allowing those easy goals. Premier League is coming back, I want to say the 17th. Is that what it is? They moved it back, I think, 1 week. I think they wanted to come back the 10th, I wanted to say, and then they're coming back the 7th. It's somewhere around in there, but Premier League will be back soon. So, you see there, my pass accuracy is 90%, but what I'm doing is I need to pay a little bit more attention, not focus as much on the chat, which we'll try to get a little bit better. But, this one we should be doing a lot more. We're playing someone who is dropping back a little bit, which is fine. And that's part of it. Again, that's just the frustration level. You want to make sure that you're keeping it, but make sure you're passing the ball, holding onto the ball. If you have the ball, your opponent can't score. And that's ultimately what it comes down to, is who gets the goals and who doesn't. So you got to wait for the right opportunity. João Pedro going to turn. That should have been a goal. So João Pedro couldn't bury that one for us. And again, we're getting some opportunities, but we've got to bury our chances. See if Essien can do anything. Oh, nice from his Bellerin. Terrible pass. Gomez, I have him on basic. I just couldn't find anything that I thought would give me more than just basic. So that gives him something a little bit of everywhere. And then here we give up another goal, just puts it around like that. Team's overall rating, I want to say 93, something like that. They're not playing like it right now. We've got to really focus. This is a player that I would say is maybe Division 5. Like, I don't think this is a strong player by any means. And, you know, we're not playing well at all. We might have to change some tactics, put a little bit more pressure on him just to make it a little bit more in our favor to get things going. But just not, our team's not passing well at the end of the box. We'll change some tactics here. I think we can still pull this one out, no problem. But these are the games you just cannot afford to lose. All right, so there Gomez buries one for us. That brings it back. I just had to pay attention a little bit, not focus on chat for a minute. So let's see. Let's change. I don't know if I'll change any tactics now or not. I don't know if I'll bring my depth up. I'd already put it on fast build up. Let's just leave it where it is. Let me just concentrate. I don't want to give up any crazy goals. And let me just double check what my opponent is playing. I thought he ran a 4-2-3-1. They're in a 4-2-3-1. They're dropping back a lot of people, so we've got to just get it back. And let's see, Adam finished gold 2 the other week, and last weekend I got silver 1. I know what you mean, brother. It's just, it's a climb, it's a process. But if you just keep, I don't know, follow some of those things, you'll get to a point where you will hit gold 2 every single week. Then you'll start making that climb. Okay, well now I hit gold 1 here, you know, sometimes, and then you'll get to a point where you will never be below gold 2, like no matter what you do. And so then you hit that point, and then you kind of see those gold 1s. That's where I like to finish at minimum gold 1. You know, even if I don't play all my matches, I like to get the gold 1. Allen. So because I really like those jumbo rare players packs, and I just haven't enjoyed playing the game as much as in previous FIFA. So sometimes I don't even play on my weekend leagues games. I'll just get the gold 1. But you'll get to that point where that will be like become your floor. And sometimes when the game's not going in your favor, if you lose a couple in a row, you've just got to stop it for a while. I feel like sometimes the game is just your experience, like a minor delay can really cause a lot of problems, and you're maybe not really feeling it, but just like your players aren't responding the way you want them to. Sometimes you just need to turn your system off for a little bit, let everything just reset around, and then you know, come back to it a little bit later, because like I said, FIFA, there's so much mental aspect to it, and when you're not into the game, like here, I've been focusing on super chats. This is a game, if I wasn't streaming, which I do need to do fine with that. I mean, I can win games streaming, obviously, but, you know, if I wasn't streaming this game, I feel like I'd be up 4-1, something like that. But, you know, there's so much mental aspect to this game. Oh, come on. Yeah, Allen is amazing. Yeah, pace is a big thing. I mean, you need pace all over the pitch. See if we can get Essien on a run. Oh, I thought Essien was still on by the center back. Okay, so let's... Alright, we're 2-2. I don't really want to go to extra time. Let's get another goal and just finish this one. Get something going down the wings. And that's another thing. I mean, you've got to win those matches that you should win. I mean, it's crazy. Like, you can play, like, I'll play Division 1 matches, and I'll play players that are so much better than what I'll lose to sometimes in Weekend League when I'm not into it. You know, and it's just kind of crazy. You know, you play, like, you know, somebody that you know, somebody that's a ranked player, and then you lose some of these games that you know 1,000,000% you should not lose. So it's crazy how it can go, but it's just there's so much of it is mental. Hey, Mr. Professor, thanks for joining us. Okay, we've got Insigne. Insigne just took forever to get the shot gone. The felt Insigne had it. I can't get Insigne to move. Come on, Mongolan. Rafa, I mean, we've got a lot of congestion in the box. Oh, come on. That Ndidi's a strong card. I played with him a lot, but you can see how our opponent is playing. They're dropping everyone back. Then they're just trying to counter out from it. Can we get Rafa? But so then you see everybody's out. So a player like this, you know, I would even consider upping my depth quite a bit because they're building up. So now they're out here. I've allowed them to build up into something. We got to focus on our defense. Come on. And the game is going a little slow. Like, I had a really nice chance with Insigne. Just everybody's just taking just like an extra heavy touch. Oh, terrible. But like his Madison is a cam. And I mean, people are going to come back, which is fine. Ball falling to our opponent. I think that would have been offside anyway, but see if we can get that attack to just finish it. This is not one I really want to go to extra time with. Gosh, it's so slow right now with the turning. All right, let's go. Let's get that one final attack and just win it. Gosh, the game is so slow right now. Come on, João Pedro, turn. All right, João Pedro going to save it for us. Get us that win in the 90th minute. Wasn't easy by any means. And thank you so much, Jack. 1,000. Thank you to everybody that subscribed. I really appreciate it. Let me see if I can catch up here. Let's see. Adam says, I wish they got rid of Kim Styles because sometimes I'd be running down the line with 98 pace Daniel James and Mendy's catching up. Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel like there's certain things they could tweak that'd be a little bit better for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's like you can almost, it's like you can take a card that has, like if you see a card that has 84 finishing and 84 attack positioning, you can put a dead eye on them and make them 99 attack positioning, 99 finishing. So you can turn these like average cards into amazing cards with Kim Style. So I know what you mean. I feel like the biggest change they should make would be getting rid of chemistry. And I've mentioned this multiple times. Like, it's kind of fun to build something. Hey, Danella, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it, brother. But it's like sometimes the chemistry is fun to try to build a team that's 100 chemistry and have everybody on 10 chemistry. But it'd be awesome if you could just pick whoever you wanted to be able to just play at a certain position. And I mean, if you think about it, it's like if you had, I mean, I kind of understand the concept, but it's like you can take, let me see, you could take Cristiano Ronaldo, turn him into a CDM and still be on 10 chemistry, which doesn't make any sense because I don't think Cristiano would like being an actual CDM in game. I mean, I know if you have him at CDM, you're going to move him to an attack positioning, but then if you had Quincy Promise as a left mid and you wanted to make him a CM, you can only have him on 7 chemistry. So, you know, that's kind of, Ederson's not very good in game. I'm really like, and I couldn't link him right now, but Ederson's a weird one. I am liking that Szczesny card. He doesn't do anything spectacular, but he doesn't give in any weak goals, so I do like that about Szczesny. But and it's also, it's kind of like, you know, like if you had a left back that you wanted to ask to play right back, you know, in real football, it's not like they would just throw a fit or something and not play. I mean, if you asked Quincy Promise to play keeper, he maybe wouldn't like that, so you could understand something like that. But I kind of wish they would get rid of chemistry. I think that would make the game a lot more fun. But let's take a look. What was our, you know, like I said, we ended up with 90% pass accuracy, which is if you're having any problems in a game, if you lose a game and you see that your pass accuracy was not 90%, that's a big thing to work on. So anybody out there looking for tips on improving, let's just watch our highlights real quick. So I want to see what goals we gave up. This first one, I think it just kind of deflected out. Yeah, just kind of deflected right over to Laudrup. And those are the things that sometimes you have to overcome. You know, we made a nice save or, you know, a nice slide out. It wasn't even a great shot. And then it ends up flying right to his Laudrup, right on his boot to boost in. You know, his Allison made a couple saves, and then we gave up another goal to Laudrup. This one I think was a little bit better. Oh, man, we had that defended pretty well. That's another thing you see here. We defended it. You know, we're right on his Madison. Oh, that Alejandro Gomez team of the season is one of the best cards in the game. Yeah, copy City Squad. That'd be an interesting team. You could make a pretty nice team with just a City Squad for sure. But so there, you know, you have that type of stuff. Like, these are the ones that kill me. You know, when you lose a game, these are the ones that you look at and you're like, how on earth did that happen? Like, we have DeVry right here. Okay, how did Madison do this? So Madison is like in front of the ball. Okay, so these are the ones that are crazy. Like, his forward momentum is going. His momentum's going forward. Now, all of a sudden, he puts his boot back through the ball, gets it to go forward to him, and then he's able to pass it over to Laudrup. So those are the ones, when you lose a match and you watch something like this, it just kills you because you come in here with DeVry, you know, right on the ball. He doesn't power it through, but he gets it behind him. Now Madison somehow bends time and space to put his leg back, then pass it through. So it's those games when you lose those and watch something like that, it just kills you. But we were able to respond. We've got this pretty nice goal. Waited for Gomez to get on side, and then Gomez blasted that one in. And I'm only 2-0 so far. I have not started. I've only barely played. I don't know if I'm playing another one right now just because that one was a little bit heavy, but we were able to get João Pedro going. And I feel like that's a goal I probably would not have been able to score with Immobile. I loved Immobile. If Immobile had an open shot, he would bury it. Yeah, that'd be fun, Jack. We'll have to do that at some point. I've barely had enough time to even play, but I'd love to do something like that, like play some of you guys. But João Pedro, like, able to move. He dribbles pretty nicely in the box, so I've really liked him. Able to just get that little bit of space. He has the finesse shot trait, so I use that. And that's another thing, when you're looking at players for your team, try to look at what traits they do have. That outside the foot shot trait is really strong. Finesse shot trait is strong when you want to do finesse shots, and so, you know, you want to be aware of what you guys have. I'm not going to end the stream yet. I may just look at a few other things. Maybe we'll just complete some packs. But it's just hard to play when you don't have like a good connection. That game just felt a little heavy. Like, we had one where Essien was free, and I'd hit the shoot button, and by the time he reacted to shoot, it already allowed someone to close down. So that's what I'm saying. This João Pedro, if you guys have not completed them, I think you still have a few days to complete them, I believe, until the end of this season. I would highly recommend him if you've got a Serie team. Like, let's see what he's at now for me. I know I looked at it earlier. So 9 games, 13 goals, 3 assists. Only 2 of those are in Weekend League. The rest of them are in Division 1, and which is much harder than Weekend League. So, you know, he's really performing for me. And that's when I got Immobile in my red picks. I haven't played with the red pick version, but that's when I had to trash Immobile. I played with Immobile last Weekend League, and he was awesome. But when I got him into Division 1 play, he just did not have it. And I think part of it, like, his dribbling stats aren't that bad. His agility's not that bad with an engine chem style, which is what I would recommend on him. But, you know, when he's got a either medium or stocky build, and João Pedro, that's another thing to look at, guys. Look on Footbin. It won't tell you here, but on Footbin, it will tell you what their build is. And sometimes that average build, it can be a little hard to move with them. You see a lot of the guys are lean builds that are the ones that you're really able to play well with in FIFA 20. Yeah, park the bus for sure. A lot of people like to play that. Not a big deal, but it's frustrating. I would say what we do, let's try to create a few packs. I've got quite a few Serie A players from the packs yesterday. Let's try to create a few packs. Let's see if we can get any. Let's see, where do I want to go? Favorites. Let's do a couple Serie A packs. Let's do a few packs for Atalanta. Okay. Atalanta, what do we get here? Jumbo Premium Gold Pack. Let's just see, who do I have a lot of players for? Atalanta. Let me just see who I've got quite a few players for. So here, I've got 4. I've already completed some of these. Brescia's too expensive. Got quite a few Cagliari here. Yeah, Immobile is a good card, but I know you don't play FIFA. FIFA 20 has been like you need like the most stringent players to be able to play well with. They've got to be good at certain areas because the game is slower overall than previous FIFAs. So they have to have really good agility. Like we were playing with players in FIFA 19 and FIFA 18 that could be really poor agility, really poor balance, and they'd still be awesome. It was just all about pace. This year is like so many different things to get them to turn and to respond in game. So it can be a little frustrating. Maybe we could do Cagliari, Fiorentina. I don't know if I did that one already. Genoa. That one's real expensive. Inter. Let's just try to craft a couple packs. I mean, if we could pop like a Neymar or something, that would be this. So Immobile, Adam got Immobile out of the advanced SBC. He didn't score 1 goal for you. Man, that's rough. Now, I did like him in Weekend League last week, and he's maybe one. I've had that with a couple players, too. When you have really good gameplay, a really good connection, a player like Immobile maybe responds a little better. But if you have just a hint of that poor connection, which we have 90% of the time, those players just do not twist and turn. And now Immobile is one. You've got to do all the work kind of with your cams. He's not going to create the way like João Pedro for that final goal. He was one-on-one against Davis and Sanchez. He was able to kind of create just that little bit of space to get the ball out, which Immobile really cannot do. So that, I mean, I understand that. It's frustrating. I think I've already, did I do Juventus already? Let me check Juventus. I feel pretty sure I did Juventus already. So that one gives you a mega pack. Yeah, I did that one already. I mean, let's just see. I want to do a couple packs. Even that would be a good one. A small Prime Gold Players pack. We had quite a few Cagliari players. And some of these cards were expensive, but they've come down a lot. No, don't quick sell Immobile. Immobile is still 96 rated. You can do something with him, brother. But now, I mean, the only way you'd get him now would be, I don't know if he would be in the Ultimate Team of the season or not. I kind of doubt it. They do also have a time, usually a little bit later, where the highest rated version of every player will come in pack. So maybe you could get him later too, but wouldn't quick sell him. But he is not one I'd recommend building your team around. There's my man, João Pedro. Hey, Pauls, thanks for joining us, brother. Just trying. We just played a Weekend League match. For anybody new here, if you're new here, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. But I don't think Payet's worth the price, Danilo. But we just, anyway, jumping all around. But we just played a Weekend League match, got the win. But the game was a little bit heavy, so we're just going to try to complete a couple packs and see if we can get something. Maybe we'll even start a draft or something. Maybe we'll do something like that. As I want to focus on getting some packs. I mean, and I'm also thinking maybe I should try to put some time into squad battles. Okay, so there's Simeone and Pelosi here. So that should be our strikers. I hate how it doesn't remember what you have. So we need Simeone. So there. Now all we need, what do we need? A center back. We need some type of defender, and then we can move our keeper wherever. So any defender. Oh, okay, Clavin, perfect. How much? 850 is the cheapest. Perfect. And then we need anybody. Okay, so we'll get 2 chemistry. So that's amazing. That's great. So it doesn't matter if it's a defender or not. We can get the cheapest player. We already have him, I believe. Yes. So the cheapest player we can get. We already have Olsen. Is there anybody else? An Ajax pack. I don't know if I've completed. I think I've already completed Ajax as well. Did I have that Pereiro? No. So that would be perfect. Let me just filter this to Cam to make that a little easier. 87-foot birthday Guerrero. I mean, that's not a bad card. I think Guerrero has been overlooked some, but I think there's going to be better things that you can get at this point in time. So let's submit that. Get a small Prime Gold Players pack. If we get Neymar, Ben Yedder, and Mbappe, and who else could we get in this one? I guess that's all we could get. That'd be our 3 rares. So I'll just take that. Neymar, Mbappe, and Ben Yedder in this one pack right here. Best pack ever. Coming right up. Let's see. The end story, we'll look at that real quick, Charlie. We'll take a look at that. Okay, we're going to get a flag. It's not going to be exactly what we wanted. What is this? Oh, we're going to get Schmeichel. I was thinking it was Sommer for some reason, but I forget what country he's from. So we're getting Kasper Schmeichel from Leicester. So not a bad pull, actually. His card actually sells for a little bit. And these league-wide SBCs are a great way to make a little extra coins. This is something I work on quite a bit. You've got to just really just keep getting pack after pack after pack. I may hold on to Schmeichel. He was a good bit more expensive, so I may hold on to him for a little bit. See if I can sell any of these other guys. I don't know if I should just hold on to some rares. We'll just take a few coins for each of these. I wouldn't mind having a few more rares. Let's see. Pick Pedro. Okay, so let's do this. And let's just sell some of these guys. Okay, I'm trying to go through the Serie team as well. So let me just put some of these guys out here. Just get a few coins. I have the Ligue SBC ready to go. I hope they put some epic player in that one. Don't know why I did that. Okay. And, okay, let's look at the storyline players for a minute. Maybe we'll just start a draft. Maybe we'll do that real quick. Okay, so let's look at our storyline players. I don't know if any of them are worth it. I was excited for some of them, but then I think with some of the other things that have come up. So, Pedro has 5-star weak foot. I mean, he's probably the best one to take. But I mean, there's going to be so many other cards right now, especially when Ultimate Team of the Season comes out, that are going to be cheap. The Götze looks decent as well. I mean, he's got 90 agility, 92 balance. Pedro is decent balance as well. I mean, probably the Pedro, especially with 5-star weak foot, I think is going to be the best one to pick. I mean, high work rates. Depending on where you play him, I would consider either. There's a couple different ways you could do it. You could put something to boost his shooting if you're going to have him play centrally, which 5-star weak foot can be really nice for that. You know, you could put something, if you want to boost his pace, you can maybe do something like a Hawk. You can maybe do, I think I would keep his pace alone, would not mess with it. I think I would put a sniper on this card and just really boost up that dribbling, boost up that shooting. And I think that would be a pretty strong card that you could play with if you could get him linked into your team for sure. The only thing is, I don't know if there's going to be anything better that's going to be coming out. This Umtiti I was not super excited about, mainly because of his agility and balance. He has amazing links, but that agility and balance makes it a little bit hard, in my opinion, to use them. I look for high agility defenders because you've got to have people that can twist and turn with all those epic guys that you're coming up against. But let's try a draft match. Let's just go into a draft real quick. I think this would be fun. Do something like this for a little bit. Open up a Dortmund pack and get Haaland. That would be pretty cool. Let's see. What? No, do I want to do 4-2-3-1 wide? Let's do this 4-1-4-1. That'd be something different, something to try out. See if we can get any good players. What I'd also like to get, I don't know if they've updated it yet to where they have Ligue 1 Team of the Season in here yet or not. None of these are that exciting to me. Hazard has been such a disappointment this year. None of his cards have really been that great, in my opinion. You like Rodrigo FUT Birthday? That's a pretty strong card. This Gomes, that's one of the weirdest dynamic images I've ever seen on any card. It's pretty crazy. Let's go with Salah up top. Figure it on out. Hopefully we get something really cool. Just more regular golds. Matuidi's probably my favorite out of this group. But again, we're getting all sorts of different leagues. Let's just take Matuidi. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll get a CR7 that we'll need to link in. And then silvers. This has been a horrible draft so far. Take Balmont. Yeah, I never completed the Rodrigo FUT Birthday, but this is one of the worst drafts we've ever had. Party's not too bad. He's halfway usable. Sar, Lucas Moura. Let's take Shapeshifter, Lucas Moura. He's going to be a little bit easier to link. You have Cuadrado, Carvajal. Take Juan Bissaka. Okay, Ligon is in drafts. Okay, that's pretty cool. Man, I'd rather take Carvajal, but that's not going to link. Let's just take Carvajal. We'll figure it on out. We've got so many different leagues. This has been a terrible draft so far. Oh, there we go. Sergio Ramos, although I'd like to hold out for his team of the season version. Let's see. Sommer, worth it, or Neuer, or Chesney. The only one I've played with so far has been Chesney. Now, I played with Neuer's second in form, and I loved it at first. Oh, thank you so much, Most Hated. Really appreciate that. Thank you all for the support for 1,000 subs. Neuer's second in form, I really liked for a little bit, but then he just seemed like he turned and didn't like him. I am liking Chesney. He doesn't do anything spectacular, but he does not allow any terrible goals. So that is one thing I've liked about Chesney, and he's big and tall, just really kind of takes care of the box. Keepers, we'll go with Neto for now, see if we can find anything else. But so I'd probably say overall this year, my favorite keeper has been Ter Stegen. He's just really been the one to take care of business for me, but I don't have him linked into my team right now, but I have liked Chesney a lot. So we'll get Berchichi. That is one of the worst drafts I've had in a long time. Maybe we'll just abandon this and go into another FUT Champs match. Take Quadrado. I do like him. I wouldn't mind trying out Hakimi. I haven't tested him out this year. Jordi Alba. Okay, what do I need? I like Luis Felipe a lot, but I don't know that I can get him into the team. Let's just take Jordi Alba for now. We need some attackers. We've got some decent defenders. Okay, there's a Fernandinho we could do something with. Don't know how we're going to link him into the team yet. Maybe I can do that. Then he would link with Shapeshifter Lucas. Give us a little something, but we need some attack. Oh, Zidane. There we go. Okay, that changes things. That Zidane card is so strong. And then we could probably put Matuidi here, who would link with Zidane. But he's still not going to be a full kill. We'll mess with that a little bit. Maybe could do Party instead. Let's go with Matuidi. Okay, Crespa. Oh, Garencha. There we go. Now that is the Garencha Moments card is absolutely epic. I didn't like his Prime version that much, but that Moments card is absolutely epic. And I'll probably would swap Salah again. When you get Mahrez, okay, I mean, if you get Mahrez, his 84 version, then you pretty much are just going to be selling it. Is what I would do with it. If you're talking about his team of the season, Mahrez, I mean, then that one's a next level card that you want to hold on to. Let's see. Can we get any other good attackers? Ferland Mendy, he's been in the game forever this year. How are our links looking? Not the best, but not the worst. What else can we do? Nothing that I really want. I could link Benzema in there for sure. Let's just back out of this one. I'm not feeling this one. Let's just play another FUT Champs match. Maybe we'll play one more FUT Champs match. Try to get another win in. Wasn't really feeling that draft. I didn't really like who all we were getting. I'm not going to do the Payet. Let's look at the Payet one really quick. I've seen a lot of people say it's like really good value. I just didn't see it on him. You know, for where I would want to play him, you know, and maybe I'm looking at it unreasonably, because in my mind I'm thinking if you're gonna have a Ligue 1 team, you're gonna want Ben Yedder and you're gonna want either one of those Pauls for Ter Stegen. You know, both of them are gonna play basically similar in the game. They're gonna be very close. If you can get 90 Ter Stegen at a good deal, I would just go ahead and take him. You're not going to see a significant difference. At least I never could see a significant difference for the increase in cost for that. But let's look at Payet. You know, and what I was trying to say, you know, where I think he needs to play is more centrally. I mean, he's 4-star, 4-star. Yeah, I mean, he would have the good traits. I mean, flair, outside foot shot. I mean, well, outside foot shot is a really nice trait. Flair, you know, you're not going to use that too often, but outside foot shot is really, really strong. But, you know, I'm kind of thinking, I don't know that I would want him central over someone like even over 92 Neymar. I don't think I would play Payet centrally over a 92 Neymar, or even something like the Shapeshifters at all. I don't know. And he's not fast enough to play down the wing. I mean, you could boost his pace, of course, but then I'd also like to see his agility and balance. It's just like there's just a few too many things that I'm not in love with on the card. It's not a bad card by any means, but like I said, for me, the way I look at it, I feel like he needs to play centrally, but I don't think he's better than even 92 Neymar, or better than Shapeshifters at all, or better if you had like Player of the Month Ben Yedder or one of the informed Ben Yedders. I don't think he's better than any of them. You know, I feel like on the wing for a Ligue 1 team, you're probably looking at someone like Mbappe, you know, even his 89 gold version. You know, it's got a little bit more pace and a little bit more. It's got 5-star skill moves. So for me, I'm not going to complete it. I mean, I see he's got a lot of key things, but he's just like just a hint low on just a couple things for me. So I'm not going to complete them. I just don't know. I would rather have personally would rather have Rafa, you know, as my left mid, because, you know, he has what I want in my wide cam, someone who's playing out wide. He has the pace, he has the agility, he has the balance, and his shooting is still really strong. His passing is nice. You know, you see it's brought down a little bit from his free kick accuracy and long passing, but other than that, his passing is really nice. He doesn't have the outside foot shot trait, but you're not asking your outside or wide players to score as much as you are just to kind of create things and to unlock defenses. So I'm just going to pass on that Payet. I just don't see playing him in the game. But let's try one more FUT Champs match. Hopefully this one will play a little bit better. We'll get a nice start with 3-0, which would be cool. Let's add a squad fitness. Hopefully this one will play strong. I don't know if we should hold out for something else. All right, here we go. I didn't pay attention if we're going to be home or away, but it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. Who we're going up against? So now we're going. This is, oh my gosh, what a team! They've got Team of the Year Messi. They've got Team of the Season Aguero. Team of the Season Richarlison, Jordan Henderson, Reguilon, Diego Carlos, and Ter Stegen from the Red Picks. That Semedo Headliners card, which is an epic right back. So this is a match right here. This team name sounds familiar, but not that. I mean, this is one that's copied. I don't know if this is one that I've played before or not. Flashback Allen is definitely worth it. He's in. I mean, again, all of these cards are only worth it if you can link them into your team. You know, don't try to force people into your team. I'm weird. I've talked about this some before. You know, I don't know if anyone else here is from the States, but, you know, in the U.S., we kind of have a love affair with football, I guess. So I'm more into players than necessarily teams. Like, my favorite player of all is Zlatan. And when he went to Manchester United, like, I was probably a huge Manchester United supporter. But then when he left Man U, you know, I'd kind of watch Man U, you know, track them a little bit, but I wasn't into them. I've really liked Liverpool of late, but that's because I like Jurgen Klopp. You know, you kind of here we kind of follow more players, and kind of the way I compare it is like, I'd say for people in other countries, they maybe were Michael Jordan fans, but not necessarily Chicago Bulls fans, if that makes sense. So, you know, and it's probably just where we didn't have that high level of football. When I first had my love affair with football was 2002 Brazil World Cup, just watching that team with El Fenomeno, Ronaldo, I mean, and, you know, Rivaldo, and just those players that were just insane what they could do with their feet. I mean, that, you know, just never had seen anything like that. So not having that high level of football, but I've got a lot of teams I support, like I said, but it's more, oh, get on there. Terrible goal to give up. And so that one, another one, just kind of ended up falling to his Team of the Year Messi. But, you know, I end up just kind of, like I said, following more players. Like another one I like is Marco Reus. I respect Messi, but, you know, it's kind of like he's more of like a bandwagon one, so I don't really follow Barca that much. Not that I like Real Madrid either, but just, you know, more player driven than it is necessarily team driven. All right, this is going to be a match, and you can see this guy. I mean, look at that, park the bus right there. How many guys are out back? I mean, it's just crazy, but that's what this game is. See if we can get terrible pass from Gomez. So we're going to have to really crack that park the bus, but you can see just how many players were back. See if we can get Insigne going. And it's still that kind of slow. Insigne just did not get going there. I don't know if it would have mattered if we would have been the home team or not, or if it's just like a slightly poor connection right now in the game. Oh, Insigne got in good position, but got blocked. Oh, not. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Insigne burying that one. Okay, so we got a nice goal back. Not a kind of a cheap goal, so kind of two cheap goals back and forth. There we go, Nangolan. Oh, come on. Nice, Manolas. Hold on to the ball. It's that like press, high press. Jurgen Klopp high press is killing everybody right now. Come on, Insigne. We've got to be on our toes for this match. We're playing a much stronger player with a super epic team right now. We got to get... Oh, come on, Joe. Oh, Diego Carlos. I should have done a lofted through ball. Man, I had a good chance there if I would have done a lofted through ball. I'd created some space. We're going to have to go a little quicker because once it gets set in the park the bus stuff, it's tough. All right, nice save by Szczesny. I mean, wasn't a great chance there, but you just never know what can fly in. Get there, Gomez. Gomez, you can't let Overmars beat you. Get it out wide. Come on, Rafa. Oh my gosh, Gramado. How do you pass it right into Semedo? You have acres of space to pass that into. Richarlison just driving one. Szczesny celebrating, but it wasn't that great of a save. Just had a really long chat about that unknown element. Basically, you know, here in the States, you know, where our football, you know, we weren't really introduced to those really high-level players. My first love affair with football was 2002 Brazil World Cup, just how good those players were. So mine is more player-driven than team-driven. And the way I'd compare it is, you know, for people like in other countries, they maybe were Michael Jordan fans, but not necessarily Chicago Bulls fans. And so there's just a lot of players I support, but not necessarily a team. So like when Zlatan goes from Manchester United to the LA Galaxy, I started watching more MLS football, and it's crazy. Oh, come on, João Pedro. Oh man, it's crazy the difference in quality from Premier League, you know, which obvious, but I never even watched, even being here in the States, I never even really watched MLS stuff, and it's just crazy. I mean, Zlatan would get so mad at these MLS players. Just, I mean, they don't have the ability, but you know, he's going to expect it out of everybody, but they just, you know, he'd get so frustrated with players not putting the ball where he wanted it, not getting it on his feet. So, you know, just the level of play between the two leagues is just night and day. So, you know, when you grow up watching lower level, and like I said, again, I kind of compare it, maybe basketball fans might like their local basketball in another country, but here in the States, we probably have the best basketball. I feel like in-game purchases should be banned or changed. I think it should be more like something like pay $100 and you get Cristiano Ronaldo's gold card, and not necessarily you have to buy 1,000 packs to hopefully have a chance to get one decent card. I feel like, because it is basically gambling in my opinion. No, how did that get through? That's one of those 45-minute goals. One of those 45-minute goals just gets through, and Richarlison able to bury it. So 45 plus 3, give up the goal. We're going to have to really, really focus in the second half. I don't know. I'm tempted to change already to some more, bring my depth. Yeah, Premier League is probably what I watch the most of. I mean, I guess that's what's probably the most widely available to, over here especially. So that's probably what I watch the most of. But, I like Liverpool a lot, and I'm not even chasing because I've liked him for the last couple years, but I've always liked Jurgen Klopp. Just he's got the good personality. I liked him a lot even when he was at like Dortmund. Just his personality's nice. But it's funny, Liverpool. Like I don't love Salah, I don't love Mane, I don't love Firmino, but I like them all. There's like nobody on Liverpool. I kind of love Virgil, but there's no one else that I'm like I love that player. Like some of these other guys, but I really like Liverpool mainly because of Klopp. And I used to like Manchester City until Zlatan went to Manchester United because I really like Kevin De Bruyne as one of my favorite players of all. But then when Zlatan went to Manchester United, I kind of started hating Manchester City. And again, like I said, it's so player driven for me. But my first love affair with a player though was R9. I mean, just he was absolutely incredible. Oh my gosh, that should have got through. And what I love the most about Zlatan is just how he's 6'4". Oh, Gomez, you got to bury that for me. Okay, nice. But Zlatan is 6'4" and just still absolutely insane on the ball. He's not just like Lukaku. He just feels like a big bully, basically. Like, doesn't seem to have that footballing ability, but Zlatan's just absolutely amazing. Yeah, De Bruyne, I love De Bruyne. It's funny, I love a lot of Man City players. It's just Zlatan is just my far and above. Like I like Mahrez, I like Aguero, I like who else is there at Man City now that I'm forgetting? I don't really like Bernardo Silva for some reason. Something about him I don't really like. Oh, I love David Silva. I've always liked David Silva. There's a lot of players I like there. It's just funny that love I have for Zlatan, and I don't even like Man U now by any means. Like I don't like Ole that much. And I liked Pogba because him and Zlatan kind of had a bromance, which was kind of cool. But then Pogba just never seemed to perform well at Man U. I don't really like Martial or Rashford. Rashford will reach his potential in the next 20 or 30 years. Yeah, I'd like to see Cancelo be able to play a little bit more. Surprised Man City got him, and then didn't seem like they hardly even played him this year. I like Fernandinho. Yeah, there's a lot of players I like on Man City. De Bruyne is one of my favorite players of all. He's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's hard for me to root against him, when I like... Oh, Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen. Yeah, David Silva is really cool. There was some talk of him coming to MLS, but I think... Is he going back to Spain, or what's he going to do? Oh, nice defense. Oh, we've got a chance to really win this game. We've got to focus here. Let's get this win. Oh, Overmars with a nice header. There we go. Good defense. All right, let's break out ourselves here. Let's go, boys. So usually in your first 5 matches, you do not have games this hard, but we have hit a pretty hard one. Oh, and Essien, don't get bossed off like that from Reguilon. Come on. I think Mason Greenwood's got some real potential. He was starting to get some playing time and everything before, everything shut down. You've played in Real Madrid? Oh, wow, that's insane, brother. Oh, I don't know why I didn't even think about that. That's one reason I don't like Man City is because of Pep, where Zlatan and Pep got into it at Barca. So I don't know why I completely forgot about that. That was one reason I stopped not liking Man City quite as much. One, because Zlatan went to Man U, and two, because Pep went to Man City, and then, oh my God. Zlatan and Pep had their big run in at Barca, which is kind of funny. Zlatan just cracks me up on all that. Okay, we're getting a little too crazy. I'll get on that. That's a really weak goal to give up. Okay, we're going to change that. I had one little problem with it the other day, and I had to clean it out a little bit. The analog stick was starting to stick a little bit, but I cleaned it out. I took off the front cover, cleaned it out, and it's working really strong now. So let's bump up our stuff. We're just going to go on up to 10 depth. I hate that I'm blowing this game. I'm going to have to do better playing on stream than I am. I'm not focused enough. Not focused. You got to get focused. Hopefully we can bury one more here. Get back in the match. But I hated giving out. I feel like we've given up a couple really weak goals. And that's what kills you. You just cannot give up those easy goals. But overall, Jack, I've liked this one better than the Elite Series 2 controller. It kept messing up for me. Gomez. Gomez, Gomez, Gomez. Gomez, Gomez, Gomez. Now we got to get something back. DeVry. All right, somebody run for me. We're getting a little... Oh, DeVry. That was a terrible pass by me. All right, let's go. Let's go. And it's crazy because this is a game that could cost us finishing in the elite positions we want to finish in. No, come on. All right, we get another chance. No, 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 no. Team of the year, Messi. This is a game we shouldn't have lost. Going up against a player with a really strong team, but I felt like we should have had it. I've got to stop talking so much during stream, boys. Gosh. And Gomez buries a weak one, but we gave up that 45-minute plus 3 goal. That's a really weak game to lose. I mean, he was an okay player, and I don't think he was super high. Let me look him up real quick. Yeah, he had a really strong team, but I didn't feel like he was a better player than me by any means. Let me look him up real quick. He only had 1 month where he finished decent. Other than that, not a lot. I felt like should have done better. That's really disappointing. We had more shots. We had 91% pass accuracy. Gonna have to focus more. Gonna have to get better on this. So Messi, let's see what goals we gave up here. That one just dragged all around. Then we give up this 45-minute plus goal. DeVry just kind of got out of the way. His Ter Stegen made one really nice save, I believe. Oh man, Pedro got free. Then this one was weak defending by me right here. I gave him too much space to get that Jordan Henderson. That one was a terrible goal by me. That one was just a give-up goal. But we had our chances. We've got to do better, though. Those are the games you cannot lose when you want to hit elite ranks. So those are the ones that kill you, boys. Let's play one more. We'll wrap it up. I don't want to just end on that. Get one more out here. We've got to focus a little better. That is frustrating because, like I said, You've got to win the games that you have an advantage in, and that one was one we should not have lost, even though we were going up against a superior team, in my opinion, as far as players. We just still should have won it. Frustrating. But let's get into it. I appreciate it, Danilo. Thanks for joining me, brother. Appreciate it. Hopefully, that's the other thing. I haven't even felt like playing all 30 games. There's only been, I think, during the La Liga, when we got the La Liga rewards. Let's see. Oh, wow, you got 96 ZX. That is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing pool on that, brother. But I think I've only hit Elite one time during Team of the Season, and that was during the La Liga Team of the Season when we got the La Liga rewards. My favorite day, I vary on that. You know, sometimes I'll win 10 in a row on a Saturday and I'm like, yes, Saturday's the day to play. And then next week I'll play on Saturday and it's like the game just doesn't play the same. It's so hard to say. And I feel here in the States, I'll end up playing people sometimes in like South America, things like that. And if I play like really late at night, so I have tried to avoid playing really late at night. That used to be one of my favorite times to play, was like really late at night after everyone had went to bed. I would just kind of get some of my games in, but now it seems like I'm playing people at such a far distance. And the weird thing, FIFA 20, when you have good gameplay, is one of the best FIFAs they've had in the last several years. But when you have poor gameplay, it's one of the worst, and it's just because it's a slower game overall. So you really have to have responsive players. And especially, you know, you're having to do, most people are playing some form of drop back or low depth, so you know you're having to really get those passes, get them focused. So I mean, you need a lot of variables to go your way to really feel like you're having good gameplay. Come on, Quadrado. So this is a player who's actually playing more pressure-based stuff, so we're going to have to be careful with our passing and, you know, just try to get around them. No, see, like that's one I have no clue how that pass ended up going out wide and not just down the middle to where I was wanting it to go. And this has also been the FIFA with the passing that has went the most astray. Nice pass in from my opponent that just kind of flew over. Chesney made a nice save there, but nice pass in from our opponent. The Maguire is definitely usable. I played with him for one weekend league. I wouldn't say he is elite by any means, but you have to put a shadow on him. But he is not bad at all. He was a lot better than I thought he was going to be. Gomez, how do you miss that? But he was much better than I thought he was going to be. You know, just looking at his stats, you thought he would just be, which that is part of it. He is big and bulky, but sometimes that's to his advantage because he's not letting people get by him, and he's got really good defensive stats. But you know, I liked pairing him with Soyuncu, who is a little bit more agile. So you kind of want to put him at least with at least one center back that can be more agile for you. All right, let's go. Let's get something going. Starting to build up some chances, but not bearing them. There we go. João Pedro burying one for me. Nice finish there. So finally get one through. Gomez, I mean, there's times he'll bury everything, and then there's times, and I don't blame it necessarily on Gomez. Sometimes I think it's just the game, because I've had that with every player I've played with, regardless of their finishing, that they'll miss some chances. And that's, I feel like that's one of the changes that should be made to FIFA. I mean, they should, if they're going to allow some of these defending tactics that are going to be easier to use in game, then they should. You should be able to bury more goals. Like, that should 1,000,000%, 100% of the time be a goal once you get into that position. And it was a goal. I'm just saying there are times when you get into that position and you don't get the goal. I'm just saying in a video game, a football video game, once you get in that position, that should be a goal every single time, and not there are those games where either their keeper will bail them out, just go crazy for them. There'll be games where just your finishing doesn't work, and then you end up giving up some really weak goal. You give up a 45-minute goal, and then you give up one goal that deflects right to their player, and you end up losing even though you dominated the match. So those are the ones that are the most frustrating. Like, there's one, we picked the ball off of Gerard's feet, and he still continued to go. Like, we kicked the ball directly, and he was still able to keep going on the dribble. I think it could. I don't think they will ever do it. If anything, they would maybe at one point expand Kim Styles, but I can definitely see where it hurts the game a little bit. It can make players that aren't that great act a whole lot better in game. Putting a dead eye on someone with like Adama's pace can make him a decent shooter. There's another one. This Gerard Moreno has just gone crazy. Like, Grimaldo had just bumped him off the ball, taken the ball from him again. So we have a 2-1 lead going into the half. Not too bad. I felt like we had a chance to bury a couple other goals, but we did not. We double-checked their formation. I'm pretty sure that... No, they're playing a 4-3-3. I thought they were playing something else with a player out wide, but... So they're getting a little more width and have a little bit more congestion. Hey, Charlie, thanks for joining us again, brother. Nainggolan with the pick. Try to get a little width. Appreciate that, Unknown Element. We're growing. We just hit 1,000 subs earlier than I thought. Right now, we just had a tough match that I should have won. We're only 2-1, just started, but losing a match that you should win. I mean, it was against a player with like Team of the Year Messi and some good, a better team than what we had, but we still should have won it. We're 2-1 right now, just started, but losing games like that can hurt your chances at elite finishes, which I would really want to get elite for this Ligue 1. I think I've only even played 30 games for the La Liga one. That's the only one I've hit elite on during this team of the season. The gameplay just ends up it'll always be one day where the gameplay just will not be that strong and just really mess me up and make me not want to play all the games. But anyway, we're going from 1,000. Next stop's going to be 100,000. So I appreciate the support from everybody. Anybody new here, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. We're going to keep growing and growing. Oh, come on, Nangolan. All right, offside, I believe. This is the co-op camera, which is what I would recommend. It can take you a little bit to get used to it, but it's going to allow you to see the pitch a whole lot more. I don't know if I can show that here or not. That here. Okay, yeah, so it's a co-op camera, and I've got it on 20 height and 5 zoom. So like I said, it takes a little bit to get used to, but I would really recommend it. It's what allows you to see a whole lot more of the pitch. Yeah, the Havertz team of the season's a good player. I just don't know if he's good enough to build a team around if you don't have other players. I'm loving this Serie A team of the season. They've played really well together. Of course, if I could get Neymar, if I could get Ben Yedder, if I could get Mbappe, I'd scrap all of them. But as far as this is going, they've played really well for me. I've had a lot of fun playing with them. I've liked them better overall than my Premier League team of the season. Oh, man. Appreciate that, Finn. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that, brother. Felt like we had another really good chance. Couldn't quite bury that one. You know, and these are the ones that are scary. You know, you've only got that 1-goal lead. You feel like you should have a 2-goal lead, but, you know, hopefully we can get one more, get that insurance goal, or at least play some awesome defense. Allen dribbled right into it. Good defending from Allen there. You're always a little susceptible to the counter. Allen, though, giving it up to Littmanen. He's brought in his speed demon, Davies. Oh, come on. So he's definitely attacking a lot more. Nice save there by Szczesny. I don't know if I'll do Christmas to Glory again. I mean, that's the only thing that's frustrating is, like, I look on my other account, I have 2.5 million coins sitting there, and I think, gosh, how good could this team be if I had another 2.5 million coins to invest in this team? But, you know, I don't know. I did enjoy that. It's probably all just going to depend on how the FIFA is going. This has been the most frustrating FIFA for me of all, and, like, that's terrible, terrible, terrible for me. Like, very lucky Davies does not have that great of finishing. But what I need to do is call people short. Yeah, I've never been much of a skiller. That's probably the one thing I should try to add to my game, but I've never done it a lot. And I've always had a lot of success, but like I said, this FIFA 20, and we're going to give up a goal there. Terrible from a goal kick that we could not control. And that's what I was saying, though. You feel like you should be up a couple goals. Then you give up that one that just does not go where you aim on your goal kick out. Like I was aiming to the far right to pass, but it passed to the wrong player on the goal kick. Now we've got us a game. We've got to try to grind this one out again. Against, and like I said, this is probably, I would say, a Division 3, Division 4 player. Oh, Pedro, come on. This is, you know, like, I don't understand how that ball went away from Rafa. Appreciate that, Finn. Nice save by Szczesny, but it was a shot from pretty far outside the box. Passing, passing, passing. All right, good job, Alan. Let's slow it up a little bit. Didn't mean to get it that far out. It actually may end up working out. Another pause from our opponent. Could make some changes. I think I'm just going to leave the team alone. I think they will be okay. I think they'll be okay. This is one we've got to pull this out. You know, we can certainly not afford to lose 2 games. That's awesome. I have the Ligue ready to submit myself. So I'm excited. I'm hoping there's going to be something awesome in that one. I've been pretty disappointed with the league-wide SBC players so far, but hopefully the Ligue 1 one will be nice. Oh, Alan, what happened there? That was off, wasn't it? No, he's onside. Oh my gosh. All right, able to defend that one. I thought he was offside, but he was on apparently. I appreciate that, Jack. Thanks so much. Good game, brother. And that's what happens. That's what happens. Yes, there will be some ultimate team of the season stuff for sure. I don't know what all they will put in there. So that's pretty rough, boys. Losing 2 games like that. Like I said, I feel like that's probably Division 3 at highest player. Division 4, I do not feel like that was a strong player at all. Just did not either play that well. We gave up. Let's see, this Gerard Moreno goal. This is where it kind of started. You can see here we kick the ball with our Manolas, but he recovers it right back and takes it through. So those, like I said, those are the goals. You know, going through that, they're able to continue going. Then let's see. You know, we had this one nice one, and Essien had a nice chance there to bury one, gets saved by his Allison. You know, kicks it right into Allison's face there. Then we give up. That was one, you know, we passed out. It went right to there. And then we end up giving up a goal. And then giving up this one to this Davies right here on the cross, able to fly in, able to out jump. So, you know, that was probably the best goal out of all the ones. But again, I felt like we had multiple chances in the first half. We didn't get that insurance goal, and that's what ends up happening. And so now we are 2-2, which is one of the worst records I've ever had. We've got to do much better. I guess let's just play one more. I mean, we can't end on that. I mean, it's killing me. Especially, like I said, if you want to finish elite, you cannot give away those games like that. And so this is one weekend league where I really wanted to play all 30 games, finish elite. This Ligue 1 team of the season looks absolutely fire. So I'm going to have to go on just an epic run right now if we're going to clutch out any elite types of finishing. And again, we can do that for no problem. But appreciate that, Unknown Element. Thanks so much. But, you know, we can go, I've had multiple times. I remember, I think the first time I finished Elite 1 in a weekend league, I think I won like my last 20 in a row. It was something like that. So, I mean, you can go on these runs for sure. But, and thank you, Andrew Murray, for subscribing. I appreciate it. But, you know, you just cannot afford to do that. Butragueño is definitely a really strong card. 5-star weak foot, great agility. If he's going to help you link things in, then definitely, certainly cannot go wrong with him. So now we're playing a team, you know, solid team, but I feel like we have a much, much stronger team. They do have a lone icon moment, Socrates. Yeah, it's crazy. You know, like I said, 2-2 is one of the worst starts I've ever had. Generally, you know, your first 5 games are almost gimmies in a way because you're generally not playing as strong a competition. But you know, you never know what's going to happen. And again, it's crazy when you have those games that you know, you don't bury that insurance goal. You just know it's going to go against you. You know, you have those chances to take that 2-goal lead, or you know, you give up something and then it never responds for you. I can't wait. I would imagine Longley would get some type of footies card. That may be one of the best defenders in the game too. I've loved his gold version all year. Trading tips. I don't do a ton of trading. I should do more. I do more stuff with like bronze pack method. I do a lot of league wide SBCs. That's always a great way to make coins. But you know that I don't do a ton of just trade. And this year has probably been one. I mean, I know there are people that have great trading records, but it's been one of the hardest years to trade because you'll think there will be something, and then they'll introduce a change and completely wipe out the market on some things. So it's been one of the craziest trading years. Oh, I should have won these last couple games. You know, regardless. You know, sometimes when you play guys, and that's what I was saying, you know, earlier. You know, when you're playing Division 1, you're playing much harder players with really strong teams, and you play like a strong match. It's a fair match, and then sometimes seems like you get in weekend league and just everything is completely different, and you're maybe playing Division 4, Division 5 players in a lot of your matches. And so sometimes it seems like players with the worst teams either get the biggest boost or things just fall for them a little better. Any of the major leagues are the best ones to do for packs. You know, I've liked Serie a lot. That's a pretty nice one. La Liga is not bad. Premier League has a couple. I mean, all of them have, you know, expensive teams that you kind of have to work around. But like the Bundesliga, I haven't really liked because Paderborn is so expensive. Like crazy expensive. Like I don't think. Oh, terrible for me there. I'm making that one was my mistake. Nothing. If I ended up giving up a goal from that, that would have been all me. But Paderborn does not even have one gold player in their team. Their whole team is silver and bronzes, and they just get really expensive. It may have come down some. Some of these have come down. The Serie A has Brescia that is kind of expensive. Premier League, Norwich is expensive. Sheffield United is expensive. So you kind of have to take your time to get those parts of the team done. All right, finally get a goal. Nangolan Barian one for me. I haven't got a lot of goal contributions out of Nangolan so far. He has not been as involved as he normally is. Should have dribbled around a little bit. Didn't think I had enough time to do a ball roll. Starting to get some chances, though. We've we've got to get that insurance goal. They did not have prime icon moments packs last year. Nobody knows for sure. Ciao, Pedro. How do you miss that, brother? I don't know what they're going to do. The icons, they have just been terrible with this year. Like, to still have mid-icon packs. Like, they should have prime icon packs available as an SBC right now. There's only just, like, a couple mid-icons that would fit anybody's team right now. So I'd love to see them do a prime icon moments SBC. Del Pedro again, not bearing it for me. But last year was the first year for prime icon moments, and they didn't have a prime icon moments for everyone. This year they've got a moments card for everybody. But getting rid of the icon SBCs, that's one thing I've hated about this game. Like, we don't have the best icons available to us this year, which is frustrating. You know, this is the first year in a while I won't have Hullet on my in-game team. Ter Stegen with another nice save. At least that one was off Allen. Yeah, they need to do something for icons. I mean, that's been terrible this year. I'm not a big fan of icon swaps. You know, they've gotten rid of so many. Like, he's off, right? Okay, good. Yeah, I thought he was off. Like, I did one video a couple months ago talking about icon swaps. I need to kind of update that one, but I took a look at my FIFA 19 in-game team compared to this one, and like, my FIFA 19 in-game team is miles better than what my FIFA 20 in-game team is going to be. You know, you had Eusebio, I had R9, I had Hullet, I had Prime Vieira. You know, you just have these. And I think I even had R9 on my bench because R9 wasn't as great last year as he is this year. It seems like R9 kind of skips a year. FIFA 18, he was the best player in the game. Last year, he wasn't quite as good. This year, he's pretty strong again. But it's frustrating that they do not have those icon player SBCs like they've had like in years past. Those were so much fun to complete. And icon swaps I don't mind icon swaps, but you're not going to get your in-game icons from those. My favorite FIFA has probably been FIFA 15. It's been kind of downhill ever since then. Of the Weekend League versions, probably FIFA 18. That one had problems, but that one was, in my opinion, fun to play. You know, it was like low-driven shots were the thing in FIFA 18, but it was a fun game to play. And then FIFA 19 was complete garbage, but at times I would take FIFA 19 over FIFA 20 because when FIFA 20 is in terrible gameplay, it's one of the worst FIFAs ever. It's not a bad FIFA in good gameplay, but when it's tough. Appreciate it, Finn. Thanks so much for joining me, brother. I really appreciate it. Okay, at least we got a rage quit. Got a win after that nonsense that we've been experiencing. Nainggolan banged in 2 goals for us, which was nice. Assist to Gomez, assist to Insigne. I'm probably going to wrap it up here as well. 3-2 is a really rough start. I mean, we're going to have to really buckle down, just go on a nice win streak. You know, I'd like to win my next 10 to get to 13-2. Around me, it's not too crazy, Logan, but, you know, honestly, here in the States, and I don't know what it's like around the world, but people go crazy like that a couple times a year. So I've kind of gotten numb to it. You know, people will use a situation like the George Floyd situation to try to do some other things, like a lot of this looting and things like that go a little crazy, but it happens a couple times a year around here. Honestly, the best thing that has happened about the George Floyd situation, and it's a terrible situation, you know, don't get me wrong, but it's at least gotten people talking about something else other than the coronavirus, which is nice. At least there's something different, something that people can at least rally around and maybe get something going on. Get back to that kind of normalcy where people are going crazy about different things. But Really appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much for everybody join me. If you're new here, please subscribe. Thanks so much for hanging out. I don't know if we'll go live tomorrow or not. We'll just have to see. Maybe there will be some new SBCs to complete. Maybe I'll pack Neymar and then Ben Yedder and we'll be ready to roll. But thanks guys so much. I'll see you soon. Bye.